Yo, what's up guys? What is going on? Zach or Immortal here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Today we are jumping back into the world of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to talk about DLC weapons. Yes, that's right, DLC weapons are probably coming to Black Ops 4 sometime soon, although we don't know exactly what DLC weapons or when they're coming. In fact, DLC weapons themselves haven't even been confirmed, but looking at years past and just knowing Activision in general, DLC weapons are most likely coming to Black Ops 4 sometime soon. And in this video, I want to talk about exactly how DLC weapons are going to work and when we might actually start to see them, because in this game, I feel like it might work a little bit differently unless we get some future updates that might change things around. For starters, there have been a few supposed leaked DLC weapons, however, I feel like they might end up just being some placeholders. It seems like there are some weird screen glitches going around where people on PC can actually see the Man of War from Black Ops 3 appear in their created class menu, but once again, I do feel like it could just be a placeholder since it's a weapon that we've seen in the past. It might be a leftover file from the beta testing or even when the game initially launched that Treyarch just never ended up actually deleting or removing it from the game itself. And apparently on the COD companion app for Black Ops 4, people have reportedly seen the AK-47 appearing instead of the Vapor when it comes to most used weapons and whatnot. Once again though, I feel like it could just be a placeholder since the name of the weapon is actually the Vapor, which obviously is an official gun that we have in BO4. However, the AK-47 is a gun that we've seen in Call of Duty's past, specifically Black Ops 1, so I also wouldn't put it past Treyarch to bring back some throwback weapons, sort of like how we saw in Black Ops 3 with some of the weapons from previous Black Ops titles as well. But like I said, these weapons are not confirmed at all to be coming to the game. They very easily could just be placeholders that Treyarch never ended up taking out. So definitely don't expect 100% to see the AK-47 or the Man of War appear in Black Ops 4's DLC weapons, but hey, you never know. Speaking of which, let me know down in the comments below, what DLC weapon would you guys want to see first come to Black Ops 4 here? Curious to see what your guys' favorite gun is or what gun you'd love to see in this game. Anyways, let's talk about what exactly is going to happen when DLC weapons come to the game and how exactly they'll work, because obviously in years past, DLC weapons have been available through supply drops, which currently we don't have in Black Ops 4, but we kind of have in Black Ops 4. I mean, reserves are pretty much supply drops, right? They're just a really sort of crappy version of supply drops because all they actually have in them is like stickers and tags and gestures that we don't really use in multiplayer, but reserves technically are supply drops, but they're not really like the real supply drops. They're like the knockoff dollar store supply drops, in my opinion. But if these reserves do end up actually being like the official supply drops for Black Ops 4, are we gonna get DLC weapons through the reserves? Is that how that would work? If that is the case, I feel like I'm kind of worried. I don't know, like, I feel like my reserve luck is just not that good. Now, I'm not actually sure if reserves are the same for everybody, if each tier that has reserve, the content is the same all across the board. I haven't actually looked into this, but if you guys know the answer, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I don't actually know if reserves are predetermined for everybody and everybody does get the same exact item out of each reserve, or if it's just random luck of the draw RNG. Either way, I feel like if DLC weapons do come through reserves, it's not going to be as fun as it has in the years past. Yes, supply drop openings are super cool to watch and they've been a huge hit on YouTube and streams and all sorts of that stuff, and it's all sort of luck of the draw. Obviously, if you can open a ton of supply drops, you probably will end up getting a DLC weapon, but if you have to grind to a certain tier to get a DLC weapon, maybe they're only available at tier 225 or tier 250 and they're like some crazy milestone you have to hit, that's really going to impact, I feel like, the community's likeliness of actually wanting to get the DLC weapons. If they're at some extreme tier level to actually unlock, that means you either have to grind the game a ton or buy your way through tiers to actually get them, which then of course the whole pay to win situation comes back up, and that's a whole controversy in and of itself. I just feel like reserves aren't the best option for DLC weapons here in BO4. There are, however, two other options that I could see working for DLC weapons. The first of which is just straight up buying them through the actual like store, whether it's the Xbox or Microsoft store or the PSN store or whatever, just straight up buying the DLC weapons individually. I believe it was back in Black Ops 2, if you bought a certain DLC pack, you actually got the Peacekeeper DLC gun. Now, once again, I guess you could argue, hey, that's pay to win. You have to spend real money on this to get it in game. That's not fair because not everybody can spend that real money. but at the same time, I mean, I think that's a better option than going through reserves, at least in my opinion. Now, this is totally up for interpretation, and it's very subjective depending on what you stand with and what you actually think is the better alternative here. So don't think that my opinion here is like the end all be all. That's exactly what's going to happen, or that's the right thing. This is totally up to your personal opinion, but I just think that buying an individual DLC weapon would be much more beneficial than having to go through reserves. Rather than spending, you know, $60 to buy up tiers to actually unlock a DLC weapon, you could spend $5 and get a DLC weapon straight up out of the store. That's the way I look at it, at least. The other option, which I definitely think is the best out of all of these, is to do DLC weapons through Blackjack's shop. Of course, we don't exactly know what Blackjack's shop entails for us. However, it is coming this month in the November update, I would assume, alongside Nuketown. And of course, Blackjack's shop is going to be the place where you can directly buy certain outfits and certain things. At least that was the description of it when it was announced. And maybe with Blackjack's shop, we actually do get like an official supply drop or a new method to open up crates and actually earn different in-game content. That way, that's a little bit of a better alternative to reserves. With that being said though, until we can actually see Blackjack's shop in-game and physically understand what it is offering us, we won't really know if DLC weapons would even be a possible option to get through Blackjack's shop. And with that, I think that pretty much concludes the conversation for today. DLC weapons are probably coming to Black Ops 4. I mean, it's Call of Duty. DLC weapons are a very common thing. We've seen them in the past couple of games, and I don't see Black Ops 4 being any different here. DLC weapons are definitely coming in the near future. We're just not exactly sure how they're going to work. Let me know down in the comments below. How do you guys think they're going to work? Do you think they'll be through reserves? Do you think we'll be able to buy them individually? Do you think they'll be through Blackjack's shop? Who knows? I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on this, so definitely drop me a comment down below if you guys enjoyed this video, or if you're excited for Black Ops 4's future DLC season. Give this video a big old thumbs up, slap that like button, it'd be much appreciated. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe with your channel notifications turned on. Until next time guys, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.